What's going on, guys? It's your boy Andy freaking Matrix. All right, so I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna be very honest with you because although I have become more optimistic about anime live action adaptations, all thanks to Netflix, when I saw the trailer for Yu Yu Hakusho back in the summer, I was very skeptical. And I thought, okay, because first of all, one of the first things that turns me off about Japanese cinema is the CGI. While Americans are absolute masters when it comes to CGI, the Japanese CGI computer graphics, they're crap. They tend to be very crappy. I mean, like, I hate to say it, but you know, in Japanese movies, the computer graphics they tend to look like they're like from the early 2000s, almost 1990s, right? I mean, not always, but you guys get the point. So I watched the Yu Yu Hakusho live action adaptation from Netflix so that you don't have to, right? Okay. So I watched it, and one of the first things, when it first came out, I thought it was gonna be a movie, like like a 2-hour movie, and immediately I thought if this is gonna be a movie, it's gonna suck. But then I watch it, and it's actually a series, right? This is a series, a 5-episode series, 1 hour each. It was perfect, and I say the way that they arranged the story, it was very satisfactory, right? So my first beef that I have with this series, this live action adaptation, is obviously the graphics. Because although Yu Yu Hakusho tends to be more like an urban fantasy set in Tokyo, spirit detective, fighting crime, and with magic powers, I think the graphics sometimes there are times when the graphics just look kind of like old school, and you're like, yeah, that's not good. However, there is something really good about the series that you are absolutely going to be in love with. But first, let's start out with the characters, because while the graphics, sometimes the graphics do tend to suck. I gotta say the actors were pretty darn good. The actor for Yusuke Urameshi, I thought he was a great fit. He looked at the character, he acted like the character, and I like his iconic, his all iconic, green school uniform. Of course, they gotta wear a school uniform when they're fighting, right? So Yusuke Urameshi was absolutely fantastic. The spirit gun. I didn't really like how the spirit gun looked at first, but it kind of started to grow on me, and I was like, you know what, whatever. And I really like, the classic training that he did with Genkai from the anime. They actually, it was actually here, but of course they cut out some of the things, so it was not as impactful as it was in the anime. However, it didn't really take away. Like again, it was satisfactory. It really wasn't that bad. But those iconic scenes, especially when Yusuke is balancing himself on that needle with his spirit energy, it really brings you back to the anime. And it makes you want to watch the anime again, which is the whole point. That is the whole point of making a live action adaptation, is to sell you on the anime, to sell you on the manga, and to sell you on the franchise. And it worked. It really worked. I think they did a good job. Now Kuwabara, Kuwabara was never one of my favorite characters. I always thought he was kind of an idiot. However, one of the things that I like, this is when the CGI, right? This is when the CGI really like does a really good job. For some reason, like when they made Kuwabara's spirit sword, I was like, wow, that actually looks fantastic. I really like how it looks. It's kind of funny because I don't like how Yusuke's spirit gun looks, but I do like how Kuwabara's spirit sword looks. Yeah, so I guess points for Kuwabara. Okay. So then we have Kurama, which is, Kurama is a pretty boy. He didn't. I don't think he played a major. No, I mean, he did play a major role in the series, but he was just um like after the second episode, there really wasn't much to know about him, because most of the character's backstory is revealed like in the beginning, and then after that, there's really, they don't really add on to the backstory that much, but they're still a really cool character. And he actually brought me back. And by the way, in case you guys are wondering, yes, his demon form is actually, they actually did something with his demon form. And I'm not gonna spoil it, but yeah, just let your imagination play. And I was wondering how Hiei was gonna look. How were they going to portray Hiei? And I gotta say, he looks freaking badass. Hiei looks freaking badass in this one. Realistically, because this is supposed to be how they will look in real life. And you know the crazy hairdo, you know, like the kind of like the Super Saiyan spiky hair. He, you know, in the anime, he has like the Super Saiyan spiky hair, but in the show, I like what they did. I actually like what they did. I can't complain too much, you know. But every time that he got screen time, I was like, yes, 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 yes. The coolest character in the whole series is Hiei. I absolutely love watching him fight. And finally, we got Toguro. Right, so Toguro, I'm not gonna spoil him, but I can't believe they got a Japanese actor that was that tall. Wait, is he actually that tall in real life? But like, I'm surprised they got an actor that actually looks similar to Toguro. I mean, the guy, he was tall. He looked freaking strong as hell in his base form, right? Before he becomes strong. But the actor for Toguro, it was on point, man. I gotta give it to them. I gotta give it to them, and it was really, really accurate. And I like what they did with the character. I like what they did with the character. I like how I was satisfied with the ending. I'm not gonna lie. I thought it was pretty good, and especially the fight scenes. With Toguro, again, no spoilers, but those are like one of the best moments in the whole freaking show. Which leads me to the best part of the show. Okay, so while there are a lot of complaints about the Yu Yu Hakusho live action, I gotta say, like, my main complaint is kind of like the CGI, right? And I think that's just something that's with Japanese films. However, the fight scenes in the show. I mean, take a look at this drop kick. Take a look at this drop kick. The fight scenes in this show made the entire series worthwhile. Every time that Yusuke got into a fight, every time that Hiei got into a fight, Kurama, every single battle, even Kuwabara, every single battle in this show was absolutely phenomenal. This was a martial arts movie. This was a martial arts movie. If there's anything that the Japanese do in film that's absolutely amazing, it's the action. I mean, the action from the very beginning all the way to the end. Like, forget about all the flaws of this show has. Forget about, maybe it's not like super accurate to the anime and manga, but aside from all of that, the fight scenes will keep you entertained, will keep you, watching, will keep your eyes glued. Your eyes are going to be glued to the freaking screen. And this makes the series worth it. As a matter of fact, I will go as far to say that the action, the fight scenes in this series, many parts, and I'm not exaggerating, many parts in the fight scenes of the live action are better than the anime. Oh hell no! Yes, I would say are better than the anime. And maybe not every fight scene, but man, it was very impressive. The choreography is absolutely phenomenal, I tell you. So that's gonna be my review of Yu Yu Hakusho live action. I was really happy, and I will give this series a 7 out of 10. That is a 7 out of 10, basically kind of like a 3.5, almost a 4 stars out of 5 stars. So yeah, I will watch this again. I will go back and watch the fight scenes. I will go back and watch the fight scenes because they're really that entertaining. And yeah, so this live action adaptation was worth the watch. It's 5 episodes, basically 5 hours of your life. And yeah, this show, they did it, man. I'm telling you, my confidence in Netflix ability to continue to produce, quality live action adaptations has increased. I'm actually very confident in Netflix now to make, more live action adaptations. And of course, some of you are going to be like, "Oh, well, nah, Andy, not Andy Matrix. They're going to mess it up." Hey, I'm not saying that each adaptation is going to be good. Like the The Full Metal Alchemist was total garbage, but I think overall, like Netflix out of 5 shows, four of them tend to be really good. And I haven't seen aside from Full Metal Alchemist, it hasn't, most other live actions have been pretty good. The Avatar live action, Avatar: The Last Airbender live action is looking good. One Piece live action was absolutely phenomenal. And let's just see. Let's wait and see. Let's wait and see what happens. But I am very hopeful for the future of Netflix anime live action. So whatever your thoughts are, comment below. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell for future notifications. It's your boy, Andy Matrix. Godspeed, baby.